Crystal here with the lemon peel stitch, and I'm going to show you two different ways to start this stitch, so be sure to stick around and check the second option as well. I'm using a worsted weight yarn, Brava worsted from We Crochet, and my 5mm Peach Furls Odyssey hook. This stitch works great in any weight yarn and hook, so grab your hook and let's get started. Okay, for the lemon peel stitch, we're going to start with a chain of an even number plus one more. So here I have 10 chains. I will add one more for my turning chain, and I'm going to skip this chain that I just made and work into the second stitch. So skip the first chain, working in the back bump here, going to place a single crochet. And that is my first stitch of the row. In the next stitch I'm going to double crochet. Again, I'm working in the back bump of the chain. Now I'm going to repeat those two stitches across. Single crochet, double crochet. I'll end with a double crochet in the row. Hey y'all, this is the lemon peel stitch, and it is just chock full of texture. It's super simple to make, and we are going to work that up right now. Now I'm going to turn my work, and I'll start with the chain one. By alternating the single and doubles, it really makes the double crochet pop, which is what gives this lemon peel stitch its texture. So our chain one to start, then we will work into the same stitch, the first stitch of the row, for a single crochet. Then in the next stitch is a double crochet, and we continue to repeat that across. Single crochet, double crochet. If you notice, you are working singles into double crochets and doubles into single crochets from the row before. Again, we are ending on double crochet. This is our turning chain here, so you don't work into that. You can count your stitches if you need help checking. Okay, this is a one row repeat. So now we turn our work and start for row 3 and on. We'll start the row every time this way. Chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, and then repeat across. Single crochet, double crochet. Okay, I'm on the end here, and I'm working into my last stitch. You can see here, this is the turning chain. Don't work into that one. Again, I should have 10 stitches, so I can count to make sure. Turning chain, first stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then you just keep repeating that one row. Okay, we'll start with a slip knot on our hook. We're going to begin with an even number of stitches. An even number of chains. So I will make 10 chains for this video. And then I'm going to work into the second chain. Skip this one and work into the second chain there. And I'm going to start with a double crochet for this swatch. I'm only skipping one chain, double crochet in the second chain. That is going to be my first stitch right there. First stitch, skipped chain. I'm going to work into this chain on the next row. So I'm going to need to mark it if I'm not sure where it goes, where it is. That's when a stitch marker comes in handy. Next stitch or next chain, we are going to work a single crochet. Then a double crochet in the following chain and a single crochet in the next chain. And we'll just keep repeating that across. Double crochet and then single crochet. We'll be ending with a double crochet in the last stitch. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and then that skip chain there is going to count as our 10th stitch because we are going to work into it now when we turn. So we're going to turn our work, and it's at the end of our row here. So again, if you need to use a stitch marker, I highly recommend marking this stitch so that this chain, the turning chain, because we're going to work into it. Okay, we've marked that first chain we skipped from row 1, turned our work, and now we are ready to start row 2. So for row 2, we are going to do a chain 1. Again, if you can't find the chain 1s, continue adding stitch markers until you're used to looking for them. Okay, so the chain 1 is going to count as my stitch for this stitch. So I'm not going to work into the top of this one. I'm going to start in the next one, which is a single crochet that I'll be working into. So this chain 1 counts as a single crochet in the top of this double crochet. So I'm going to work into this single crochet with a double crochet, then single crochet, then repeat double crochet, single crochet, and keep repeating that across. Okay, here's my last double crochet of the row. I'm placing a single crochet. Now I have my turning chain from the foundation row that's marked. I need to work a double crochet into this. I'm going to end row 2 with a double crochet. So take that stitch marker out and put a double crochet in that chain 1 space, that chain 1, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and then my turning chain counts as my 10th stitch. So I'm just going to use my same stitch marker to mark it so I don't lose it, and I can easily see it and remember to work into it. Okay, now we're on to row 3. So we'll turn our work. Start with our chain 1. This will continue to count as a stitch, so if you need to make it a little bit looser than you normally would, that's fine. Mark it with the stitch marker to easily find it. Skip this stitch and work into the next stitch, double crochet, single crochet, and repeat those 2 across. Double crochet, single crochet, till we get to our stitch marker at the end of the row. Okay, here we are, stitch markers ready, and we are going to remove it. Place a double crochet into that turning chain, 1, and we'll move our stitch marker back to our first chain 1. So our double crochet, this is my chain 1, it's right there. That counts as my single crochet stitch that I'll work into. And then that's the row you keep repeating for the length of your project. Chain 1 counts as your first stitch. Start in the second stitch with a double crochet, single, double, single, double. End with a double crochet in the turning chain. Okay, and then you just keep repeating that 1 row.